Listening. You're going to listen to a talk about Herman Melville, who wrote a story about whaling called Moby Dick. When his novel Moby Dick came out in 1851, Herman Melville had been writing for 5 years. He had already written 2 books called Type and and was popular in Britain and America. Today, Moby Dick is his most famous novel, but at first, people didn't like it. But let's start at the beginning and look at what Herman Melville had done before he wrote his greatest work. Melville was born into a good New York family in 1819. His father, who imported goods from France, died when Herman was 12. After he had left school, the young boy worked in very ordinary jobs in offices and on farms. By the age of 20, Herman was bored with the jobs he had been doing and decided to look for adventure. So, in 1839, he went to sea, first on a whaling ship and later on a navy ship. During one of his voyages, he went ashore on the Marquesas Islands and lived for a few months with the primitive Type people. In his mid-20s, Melville returned to live with his mother and write about his adventure. Tom, the hero of his novel Type, spends 4 exciting months with a group of island people. His second novel, Amo, was about Melville's life on islands in the Pacific Ocean. People loved reading about the unusual life Melville had been living in these strange remote places, and so both these novels were very successful. In 1847, Melville married Elizabeth Shaw and they bought a farm. Here, Melville worked for 8 hours a day on his third novel, Moby Dick, which came out in 1851. This was a serious book, and many of his readers were disappointed because it was not the exciting adventure stories his first 2 novels had been. Melville continued to write short stories and a collection of poems, but wrote nothing important except a story called Bud. Melville hadn't finished this final novel about life at sea at the time of his death in 1891. What happened on these dates? 1819, Herman Melville was born. 1839, he went to sea. 1847, Melville married Elizabeth Shaw. 1851, Moby Dick came out. 1891, Melville died without finishing his final novel. Are these sentences true or false? Correct the false ones. Herman Melville wrote 3 novels before Moby Dick. False. He wrote 2 novels. When he was 12 years old, Melville's mother died. False. His father died. Melville's first work was as a sailor on a ship. False. He worked in offices and on farms. His first novel was about a man who lived on an island. True. Readers really liked Melville's first 2 novels. True. Readers thought Moby Dick was more exciting than Melville's earlier novels. False. They were disappointed because it didn't have exciting adventure. Melville finished Bud just before he died. False. He never completed his final novel. Thanks for listening. With Nafham, learn easily and simply.